Hello, Podcastlers, and welcome to another episode of the Deep Time Podcast. On today's episode, we'll be discussing a rather surprisingly well-preserved taxon of sauropod, but that's also absolutely shit, non-diagnostic, nomendubium, paraphyletic, and we need multiple new genera and species, and we even need to split some of the species, of which there are 7, and yeah. Obviously, we mean none other than everyone's favorite, Mamenchisaurus. So, get right into this with a skeletal of Mamenchisaurus. We'll be doing a bit of an outdated skeletal because there is actually an update we need that's happened to the skeletal in a sense, which is the first thing we'll address. But before we get into that, here is Mamenchisaurus youngi, which is the best preserved species of Mamenchisaurus. We've got a decent amount of the specimen, of this type specimen, and it's not the biggest one. It's medium-sized, and most notable is the neck. It's got a very long neck, even for a sauropod. It's also got that weird tail thing, which is kind of diagnostic and cool. Other than that, not much.
Really weird
Yeah.
area.
Yeah, that's not like a taphonomic artifact either. That's just how it would have been in life.
As you can tell, it's pretty bloody weird.
Yeah. And in fact, it actually got even weirder early this year, that hip area.
Oh, yeah.
That'll be the first thing we'll discuss. So you'll notice this is going to be a bit of a weirder structured episode because we have to spread out the information. We can't just do an information dump because a lot of the information about all of the problems around this taxon and updates have come out steadily over the year. So it's been a good and terrible year for it because it's dying, finally.
Been long enough.
Yeah. So, earlier this year, the paper that first affected Mamenchisaurus was not about Mamenchisaurus, it was about Spinophorosaurus. Another slightly controversial animal. It's from Niger. It's a sauropod, initially described as having a Stegosaurus-like thagomizer on its tail, with 4 spikes sticking out. These were actually a part of the body. I always forget where, but they were not have been visible in life, I think, the spikes. And they weren't in the tail, they were more along the torso or neck. And so this new paper is part of a series of papers that have created a almost complete 3D skeleton and basically rigorously creating a 3D skeleton from all of the elements we have. And this is what they found with this paper. The sacrum are the fused vertebrae around the hip. And they found that actually they angle upwards. So at the base, from the base of the tail towards the torso, the chest, they curve upwards. And this would have actually elevated the entire torso slightly upwards. Not by much, but still enough that over the length of the animal, it actually elevates upwards and creates an adaptation for high browsing, is what they propose. That neck, although completely straight, is just in the osteological neutral position, which means there would have been no muscular bending. It's very unlikely that the neck would have been that pose in life.
Yeah, it didn't just look like a constant 24/7 erection.
Yes. But yeah. You can see also in the bottom of the picture there, that's all the ones in red are the holotype. Which is it's a very nice holotype, and you've probably seen this holotype quite a bit. I'm just going to go on a little bit of a spiral here, because this is probably the most we'll ever talk about Spinophorosaurus. And I will share a picture here. On tangent, because I want to show the Spinophorosaurus skeleton.
Oh, damn!
Yes, it's well preserved, and it's also the most iconic scientists uncover dinosaur news article headline picture ever.
I haven't seen a cousin of T-Rex.
I have not seen that. Well, I haven't seen this one on it.
It looks kind of familiar.
Yeah. And so back to the actual paper's results, they found that this sacrum thing, where the vertebrae over the hips curve upwards, is not just for Spinosaurus, and that it is widespread throughout sauropods, to varying extents, of course. And so Gunnar Bivens went and applied this to Mamenchisaurus. Conveniently, Mamenchisaurus youngi, since that is the best preserved specimen. And so I can bring you, from Gunnar Bivens, the updated skeletal based on this new study. And wow, that's
Weird.
wreck.
Yes.
It's so cursed.
But then look at the like.
Yes.
Its neck's so tall, but then you look at its tail and you're like, what the?
Yeah.
It looks so broken, to be honest.
Yeah.
And then the
Yeah.
little,
But that's
Snap-
how it would have
snap-
been.
Yeah,
little
it's
tail club
weird.
at the end.
Yeah, which will actually get a moment. Before moving on to the hypothetical tail club for Mamenchisaurus youngi, I want to point out that Mamenchisaurus youngi is again one of the smaller species. I'm not sure. I can't remember exactly how long it is, but like the larger ones would have been up to 24 meters. Mamenchisaurus sinocanodorum is 24 meters in length, and we have an undescribed bunch of vertebrae that are 35 meters long. That may be the largest sauropod ever. So imagine with similar proportions how tall that would be.
Yikes.
Yeah. Anyways, as Kalamacow has pointed out, oh crap. Hi guys. Today I'm joined by Kalamacow, Yo-Yo,
Hello.
and Armin.
Hi there.
As Kalamacow just pointed out, this skeletal has a tail club. And what is that tail club based on, you may ask? Well, that tail club is based on the specimen, that a referred specimen to the species Mamenchisaurus hochuanensis. And it's very important as a referred specimen, because we'll get to that in a bit. But I shall share first a picture of the Mamenchisaurus hochuanensis tail club. Now. That's it.
That looks like nothing.
Though it's so small that it would be barely like a little bump.
It would have been a bump, yes. Also interesting that it appears to only be on the top of the vertebrae, not on the underside.
What?
So it's actually unlike a lot of reconstructions, and it's very, very bizarre. And this specimen was described in 2001, and in 2009, one Lida Xing and colleagues redescribed the tail club and studied the tail club, and pointed out that as a weapon, it's absolutely terrible. It would not have withstood force at all.
Yeah.
And they posit that it's because it has large, I think, neural centra. It was a sensory organ.
What?
That it would have had a sense.
Whoa!
This is a Stegosaurus second brain moment. That it would have had a sensory organ in the tip of the tail, and they suggest that this might have helped improve nerve signals from the tail to the brain. Which
Huh.
doesn't make any sense.
What?
As it makes no sense. As Matt Weddell has pointed out, sorry for mispronouncing that. It just makes no sense. How does it improve the speed of nerve transmissions from the tail to the brain? It does not make sense. For some reason, also, they disregard the possibility that
You kind of cut out.
You cut off, yeah.
We
That's
can't
just-
hear.
Okay, sorry, my internet cut out. When did I cut out? And I'll cut this bit out.
One second. While we're here, 1 minute ago, John Conway literally posted a drawing of Mamenchisaurus.
Motherfucker.
Like 1 minute ago.
Why
Just
does the universe hate us?
Wait.
Well,
let me
at least it
post
was during the podcast. Wait, don't post it yet. We'll post it afterwards. We'll work it in.
No,
Yeah.
I'll just
We'll do it as a-
post it in general. That's what I.
Okay, I've got it loaded already. It's fine. But yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Anyways,
you were about to say, but they didn't consider. They don't even bring up the possibility that dot.
Oh, okay. I've mentioned the nerves to the brain then.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
Okay, so
you could have for like.
however, what's interesting is the authors bring up and disregard the possibility of it being a glycogen body, which is interesting because a glycogen body is the current hypothesis, I believe, for what is in that hip brain of Stegosaurus. What a
Okay.
glycogen body is, I don't know. I did not do research, but it's not brain. It's not a brain. And Matt Weddle has pointed out that for some reason, and I'm going to quote Matt Weddle here, they rule out a glycogen body on the grounds that the sacral enlargement in Stegosaurus, the area where the glycogen body is in Stegosaurus, is larger than the brain volume, whereas the canal enlargement in the tail club is smaller than the brain volume, which, as he says, he does not follow that logic, and neither do I. So they just rule out because they felt like it.
Also, the glycogen body's function is kind of to like everyone, not very well known. So it's just kind of
Okay, I feel less bad about myself. Thank you. Matt Wedd also half-jokingly suggested perhaps it would have acted as a decoy head against predators, so that they attack that instead of the animal's actual head.
I mean, what animal could reach
Well-
that head?
Exactly. Yeah. So I think we
mean-
can discount that.
Has anybody brought up the the go-to answer for everything? Sexual display.
Sexual dimorphism.
sexual display.
Okay.
Hey, they were brightly colored,
Yes.
I mean, that's
but it just
maybe.
it's so far at the end of
You
the
know
body.
what? Last resort.
I'm just
Yeah.
It's a massive brain.
would they like back up? Would
on
the
its
would
head.
the males back up to the female and be like, "Hey, look at my tail"? Yeah,
Yeah.
that would
Yeah.
be interesting.
No, that's solid enough, I think.
Yeah.
Take that, Zing.
So I don't know what's going on with the tail club. And this is the only specimen for which we have it for, although I don't think we have much, if any, overlap with other quote-unquote Mamenchisaurus specimens. But,
It certainly
yeah.
doesn't look like the tail clubs of other sauropods like Omesaurus
Definitely
and
not.
Shunosaurus, because those are way different. Should I post a picture? Or should we
Go
just...
ahead. Go ahead.
This would be...
I mean, I went on the Spinosaurus tangent. I'm not going to stop you from posting a relevant Omesaurus.
That's Omesaurus.
Yeah.
As you can tell, very different. And we also got Shunosaurus. Again, very different from what we see in Mamenchisaurus.
Yeah.
Yeah, this looks a lot more normal, I guess.
Yeah. It's bizarre.
It's like
I don't know.
pathology.
That it could also be a pathology. It's a bit regular, like it's pretty smooth and it's over the multiple vertebrae. It could be though.
That was my first thought. Has anyone thought of this as a pathology?
It has been. I mean, Weddle, who's a sauropod vertebra picture of the week. You may also know him as. He has a blog, and they bring up. He's brought up pathology. But I think he says it's a bit too well formed for pathology, in that it is pretty smooth and it doesn't have like many ridges in it. It looks a bit formed intentionally.
Okay.
But it could be. I don't know. It's definitely very interesting. And that's all we can say, really. I have nothing else to add. I just mainly wanted to bring it up because it's something a lot of people will depict Mamenchisaurus with, never really discuss. And I also think it's notable that it is only on the upper half of the vertebrae looking at it. It's not an actual club as often like a sphere like Omesaurus and Shunosaurus.
It's just a nub.
It's
Yes.
a little nub.
Anyways, on that note, I think we should move on to our last point of discussion, which is news from earlier in this year. We had actually quite a lot of Momentosaurus news. Like, for instance, the referred specimen of Mamenchisaurus anaensis was redescribed as a new taxon analong Mamenchisaurus, which I bet they're really funny about patting themselves on the back for coming up with that. Need to name a new genus from a referred specimen, just flip the genus and species names and keep the epithets. And but we had a big Mamenchisaurid, Omesaurid, all of that. A big phylogeny of them was calculated following an osteology of the sauropod taxon Clamellisaurus earlier this year. And this finally highlighted in one place just how terrible the phylogeny within the genus is, and within Mamenchisaurus.
This is going to be fun.
I'm going to share the first picture, because they run multiple phylogenies to test out every possibility.
Oh my god.
Here's the first one. And I've highlighted with arrows all of the Mamenchisaurus species, and you can see how few of them actually group together.
Oh
So
my god.
in a phylogeny, you want you want all the species in a genus to be grouped together. They can't.
What?
Which is
You even got like two of the same species grouping with others.
that's it. That's
Ugh.
Mamenchisaurus canadensis,
The
which needs to be
holotype.
split.
The holotype's
Because-
different from the other.
They ran, I think, about like 9 or so actual phylogenies. In each one of them, they claded separately.
Oh wow.
They could never bring the holotype and referred. And remember, Mamenchisaurus hotwanensis referred specimen is the tail club one. So the tail club specimen is a referred specimen to the wrong species of a genus that does not really diagnostic. So Mamenchisaurus hotwanensis needs a new genus, and Mamenchisaurus hotwanensis referred needs a new genus and species as well.
Oh boy.
Because you've got Mamenchisaurus sinocanodorum, the big one, which is 26 meters, possibly 35 if the undescribed neck vertebrae are referred to it. Clades with Chijiang long, Mamenchisaurus hotwanensis with the recently described Wamwaracordia, the holotype, Mamenchisaurus youngi and Mamenchisaurus hotwanensis referred specimen clade together, which is interesting. And then you've got Mamenchisaurus constructus, which is all by its own, next to these Shishigu cervicodorsals, which are some other undescribed. No, they are described but undiagnostic. And what's really funny is that the one that's farthest from all the others is Mamenchisaurus constructus, and it is the type species of Mamenchisaurus.
Nice.
Oh boy.
But you thought this was bad.
Oh no. Here comes the next one.
Just keeps on going.
Oh,
This was another
yes.
phylogeny they ran.
Wonderful.
There you can see C. anaensis holotype and referred. The referred has since split as analong Mamenchisaurus. And the red dots are all of the different places that the type specimen has fallen, because it's just so undiagnostic. It will just jump around everywhere.
Oh my gosh.
It's a straight line of pain.
Just look at it.
Like it looks almost. You could like put a sauropod body on the one half and the head on the other, and it would look. It would make sense.
Oh man.
And then another phylogeny they came up with, which is haha funny, is this one, where basically all Mamenchisaurids are equally closely related to each other.
Oh god. Ugh.
Oh, and Omesaurus, which we brought up earlier, appears
They're
to
all the
also be
same. Who cares?
paraphyletic.
Give up.
Omesaurus in all of these has been paraphyletic as well, I think.
This is just. This looks beautiful.
It's terrible, but like, because the phylogenies are also so inconsistent, you can't even like agree on how you would classify the new taxon you would need to erect for all of the non-M constructus, well, taxa, because even if you remove Mamenchisaurus constructus, they still don't clade together. It's so unstable.
Split them all.
I mean, honestly, a temporary split might work. And then, like, when we finally get some resolution, but oh my god, it's horrible.
Yeah. Mamenchisaurus was one of the last great waste buckets.
Yes. which is a shame. But yeah, I just Momentosaurus it's not really a valid taxon, is it? As a name, Mamenchisaurus, you've just got M constructors. I don't see how you can look at this and say that any of these others are referable.
They're really not.
Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful mess. And that it's
Yeah.
not actually beautiful at all.
It's just pain.
It is.
Painful.
It really is.
Yeah. And I think that basically brings up Mamenchisaurus' status now. It's got a couple of good species in there, and Mamenchisaurus youngi is well preserved. We've got Mamenchisaurus cinnacannodorum, which isn't that bad and has like a dentary and some neck vertebrae, and which is more than most. Some of them are just neck vertebrae. And you've got Mamenchisaurus hotronensis referred, which is cool, has a weird tail thing, but we also don't know if it's Mamenchisaurus. Well, no, we know it isn't Mamenchisaurus. None of them are. And that's it. And that's it. And they were tall boys.
It just doesn't exist.
Yes. So on that note, shall we move on to the paleoart of dubious taxon Mamenchisaurus?
You want to
Yeah.
bring up the skull or just want to hop right into paleoart?
Should we bring up the skull? Let's bring up the skull first.
Or we could
Alright.
bring up the skull later with the
We'll bring up
last
later
one.
when we get to the last one. Yes.
Okay, fair enough.
But anyways, I think most of the ones you are going to... Because the first Mamenchisaurus skull, the first dentary was found in 1993 with quote-unquote M. cinnacannodorum. And then the first skull was described in 1997. I forget which... That's Mamenchisaurus youngi. This is a description. So yeah, Armin, if you want, with retro paleoart, take it away.
Alright, you're starting with retro. I'm just gonna hop into our DMs and pick the ones we chose.
Yep.
So let's start with like one of the better ones, I guess, which is from the De Agostini magazines, a 3D poster.
That's nice.
Oh, hey.
That's not too bad.
Those 3D posters were always some of the better stuff in the magazines. Got a bunch of
Wait, all of them
Stegosaurus.
are Mamenchisaurus?
Yes, those are all Mamenchisaurus. Well,
Especially
except for the
Stegosaurus.
Stegosaurus and the Pterosaurus, of
Mhm,
course.
Okay.
That's pretty
I
good,
mean,
actually.
it's
Also,
probably
can I just point
overlumped,
out-
but it's not
yes,
that
can I just-
overlumped.
And just point out, yes, they are all Mamenchisaurus as being the defining view of sauropod paleontology up until last year.
It all came crashing down.
They could
It's
all
not
be
bad.
Mamenchisaurus.
Bit shrink wrapped, I would say, around the arms.
Yeah.
Oh,
They-
I mean, yes, certainly.
Close.
It was mid-90s, so it's definitely shrink wrap.
Yeah.
That kind of comes with the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not really that bad.
The skull kind of looks like that one. I mean, I think, was it Brontosaurus? I think a mount that was really cursed and it looked like an alien.
Oh, that's the Brontosaurus with the Camarasaurus skull.
Yeah. But
Oh,
it
yeah.
wasn't even Camarasaurus. It was just
Yeah,
super cursed.
yeah.
Yeah. It kind of looks like
Yeah. Is it correct? Is it not? We'll find out soon.
that.
Armin, you want to take it away with the
Oh,
next one?
okay, next one. Which one is this again? Which one did I copy just now? Right, can you... Oh, here it is. Steve Cook.
Ah,
Steve Cook this time.
It looks like tennis trophies. It kind of looks like tennis trophies, just a sauropod.
Oh boy.
That's a really long tail, though. Like, that's...
Oh yeah,
That is
I
long
Especially
and wide.
with hindsight, knowing now what Mamenchisaurus youngi's tail was like that.
it's like you can't blame me for not being able to tell apart Mamenchisaurus and Sesamosaurus when I was a kid.
Yeah.
So it's just
definitely.
generic long neck, long tail. Fuck everything else.
Yeah, and a more diplodocid skull on this one as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But well, we
Not too bad, though.
don't
too
have the tail problem with the next one.
Oh?
No.
Oh god. Oh no.
We also
Oh,
don't have
yes.
any neck problem. That doesn't mean we don't have any neck. Oh my god.
Screw it, no neck.
It's. You know,
Only
the
limb.
posture is kind of like what we got now with the whole
Yeah.
tail thing.
I mean, unintentionally a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Those
just more of a.
legs. I don't know if
just-
it's the head neck so small, but their legs just look massive.
Screw it, no head,
It's-
more
it's-
leg.
It's buff as hell. Like this dinosaur is jacked.
I don't skip
Shit.
leg day.
Like Atlasaurus isn't shit compared to this guy.
God damn.
So, anything left to say? It's a tiny head.
Damn, that's thick.
Yeah.
That's
Yes, that's
That's a
that's
summary.
finishing sentence, I think.
So, well, I guess I'm gonna go with the DK next, the Dora Kindersley, but it's a newer one.
Okay.
Oh,
Hmm.
I will say
makes
this: I
me-
really like the pattern, the colors it has.
dolphin
Texture.
head, dolphin head.
Yeah, I look at the
Yeah.
head and I think, why did it become a cetacean?
Also, do you guys like the
Nope.
number of claws on the toes?
Oh no! No,
Uh-oh.
please bring that to.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
One, two,
God,
three, four.
no.
It's too many on every hand and foot.
But check out the little silhouette, the size comparison.
Oh, that back.
I mean, that's,
Scoliosis.
Yeah,
It's got scoliosis. Oh no.
It's like a kind of Kyrus hump.
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't like this. I really don't like this. I don't know which one I prefer, the last one or this one.
I think
Yeah, Obama, Cal, you
the
cut
best
out.
one. 'cause
God damn it.
Robot noise.
the best
Oh
one.
god, oh fuck, we lost Kalamica.
No.
No.
Sure.
Anyways, do we have another one, Armin?
Yeah, believe it or not, last minute I found another one by DK, or like in one of the DK books, and might actually be worse.
What?
Uh-oh. No. What's that?
Why
Just
does the
check out-
leg start so low? The bone, I mean.
Look at the nostrils.
Oh my god, the femur though. Oh, I hadn't noticed. The femur starts like halfway through the
Yeah,
actual
yeah,
flesh
yeah,
of the
exactly.
thigh.
Yeah. Oh god. Oh no. What?
Those teeth, oh god damn.
Oh god, what the fuck are the teeth on the skull?
No,
Like
look at
compare
the
the skull
nostrils.
teeth with the
It's a
head.
piranha.
Nostrils.
It looks like the Vestatosaurus from 2005 King Kong.
Yeah.
This is why Ford wrote that book about sauropods being aquatic, or all dinosaurs being aquatic. 'Cause look at those nostrils on that bitch.
Yes.
It looks like a fucking plesiosaur.
Yes, it does. It's like a very disgusted plesiosaur.
David Peters be like, he's taking notes on this stuff. Sauropods are plesiosaurs.
God. Right, well, is that all
Yeah,
of them?
I think this is the worst one.
Yeah, that's all of them. It's
Right.
all
God.
I could find. Well, all I could find that you wanted to include.
Yeah, I have so are the
Since we
two
skipped
when were the
two of the
two
Dagostini ones, which are just generic sauropods.
Yeah.
when did the two DK ones come out then?
The first one must have been like mid 2000s, I think. 2000,
Right.
2007 maybe. I gotta check. The other one is 2002. The book was published
Okay, well
in 2002.
either way, if they're both within the 2000s, they had at least 3 years of knowing what the skull looked like. And the skull reveal. That's the
Yay.
skull of Mamenchisaurus youngi. So actually, the 3D, is it the De Agostini one, the 3D one?
Dagostini, yeah.
Yeah, they got it correct ahead of their time.
Hmm.
And DK fucked it up.
Really
when
bad.
they had the skull. Yeah, in both cases, one worse than the other, but still.
How much do we have of the skull?
Oh, I mean that's like nearly complete. I'll show the paleophile one, which I think has the bones that we have found like colored in and the missing part shaded in black. We have it like it's almost complete.
Yeah, it's nearly complete. Oh wow!
Yo,
Except for part of the. Oh, yeah.
awesome.
No, that's actually
Impressive.
yeah. Mamenchisaurus youngi is the best species, obviously, easily.
Yeah.
Because it's almost complete and it's very good.
Damn.
Too bad you can't really use it to reference other Mamenchisaurus species, because, you know.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, with the way the Philopteny is like in the first one they ran, the first one I shared, Chijiang Long is like a much better analog for Sinocandidorum, the giant one. So yeah. Anyways, moving a bit more towards the present, shall we move into more modern paleomedia?
Yeah, sure.
Although I just want to note, we also discussed this a bit earlier. We are abstaining from bringing up the Lost Worlds, as in Jurassic Park, the Lost Worlds, quote unquote Momentosaurus. It's not clear whether or not they meant that model, whether they wanted it to be Momentosaurus, because there's production notes claiming it was Seismosaurus. So it might have been based more on Seismosaurus, which would honestly make sense. I mean, Seismosaurus was much better preserved at the time as well. So that's why we're just not going to discuss. We're not going to like judge it as a Mamenchisaurus, so we're not going to bring it up. But leaving that one out, we
there's
only
not
have
much to say about it anyways.
yeah, it's the same as the good old long tail, long neck, generic sauropod.
Yeah.
And other than that, I think Mamenchisaurus has only had one appearance in like TV and film.
Yeah.
As far as I'm aware, which is Dinosaur Revolution. So it appears in the film as the two fucking Guan Long, which I despise with a passion, run onto its back as it sleeps underwater.
What?
We never see its head, so for all we know, its head is also underwater, isn't it? In the scene. They run onto its back.
for a moment.
It's
Yeah, they run onto its back thinking it's like an island as they hunt a Castor, and then it rears up.
What?
Obviously based on Gregory S. Paul's assignment of the giant cervicals to Sinocandidorum. It's pretty big. And later we almost never get to see it in full because it's so big and they want to play that up, which is kind of cool. We do get a shot of the skull, so they do actually have proper skull, which is good.
Oh, nostrils.
Yeah, good
Those
nostrils,
only have big
unlike
breath.
our dolphin friend
Yes.
up top.
I don't like the bumps on the
Looks like
neck.
a
Yeah.
dog. Yeah, I see what you mean.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That is a little odd.
We also see it from on top. I think it's actually a decent size for the skeptical 36-meter long one.
Yeah.
That's not badly sized.
Seems
Guan long for scale,
good.
about 3 meters long.
Seems good, yeah, I guess.
Although its size may or may not change in between shots, considering this shot,
Oh.
where it's
Hmm.
Whoa.
my feeling when you're so good at high browsing, you actually end up being taller than the trees.
Oh.
That's
What
the
did you-
most
why did you
inconvenient
walk
height.
this way? What
I
did
don't-
Perfect to high brows, the sky.
Yes.
We're
Bro,
aiming higher.
I mean, I know they say sky's the limit, but this is kind of ridiculous, don't you think?
He's high brows into the moon.
Yes.
And just in case you thought this Momentosaurus was a bit too good so far, here, have a shitty tail club.
Yeah.
Nub. Just a little nub.
Yes. Clearly based on Omesaurus and Shunosaurus. Interesting enough, though, Shunosaurus' tail club looks nothing like actual Shunosaurus in the film, in the documentary.
Yeah.
Actually, I think I'll just share that one. If we have
It's
it.
really round, like even Omesaurus and Shunosaurus, it's kind of like
It's more like
Weird
a
and bumpy.
football, like a rock ball kind of shape. I'm not gonna call it a football. And this is like more like a proper ball.
Yeah.
It's a literal circle, like a cannonball.
That reminds me of the Mamenchisaurus Club in Fossil Fighters. It was just a giant like wrecking ball.
Nice. You can't find any good pictures of the Dinosaur Revolution one, but that of the Dinosaur Revolution Shinosaurus, but that's not the topic of today's episode. And that pretty much brings our Paleomedia to a close, unless we choose to discuss a video game that has Mamenchisaurus.
Mm.
Ooh.
Mm.
I mean, if you guys wanna.
Okay, it's loading.
Yeah, that. Oh,
Uh,
the stance. Also, this picture doesn't show the nostrils, but
Oh
don't
god,
mean to
don't tell me
disappoint
that.
y'all.
Oh god, no.
It's basically that one in the book that was like with the really long tail. But
I will say
just-
the tail is not as long. I'll get another view. Oh god, Obama, no. Why?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, people are gonna be really confused as they call Kalamico the Obama the entire time.
Oh god damn it! Yeah, I called him Kalamico in the beginning. That's a story for another day. I thought it was on Patreon.
I switch between.
Follow the Patreon.
In the stands, the legs, the front legs look like
The legs are like the front legs are like too short.
Oh,
Looks
guys,
like the-
I think I just found the picture that the size reference from DK is based on.
Oh
No.
god.
Oh no.
Should I just post it, or do we want to finish Jurassic World Evolution first?
I mean, there's not much more to say. It
yeah,
sucks.
It's bad.
terrible.
There we go.
Terrible.
Okay.
Ah,
Ah, ah,
ah.
Oh, that's their model. That's their model.
yeah.
Like the
Again, for reference, you can clearly see how it's.
Yeah.
yes.
Its
It's
torso looks like a
It's
turtle.
pretty much the same patterning too.
Yeah,
It's the same model, I think.
same model,
Almost.
probably just from a
Same
different
model.
angle.
Oh, I gotcha.
Imagine if it could hide its neck into it, retract its neck into its turtle shell.
Oh yeah, that does. Oh yeah, that kind of does look like turtle-like.
I know.
Now. Just give it like a leatherback turtle, like inside of the mouth.
Yeah.
Wow, the new
Yeah.
Futures Wild remake was looking wacky.
And if you guys want to see the Fossil Fighters Mamenchisaurus, it's really stylized.
sure.
But I used this guy on my team a long time ago.
Oh god. That
Boy, he sure is horizontal.
Actually, his neck and tail aren't that short. It's just the perspective. When you turn him around, he just doesn't fit. Like on your
Yeah.
on your computer screen, whatever you're watching it with, if you turn it around, it just would not fit. It's that long.
It's like with
Yeah,
Focus
sorry,
dinosaurs with the making off, where they had like the Diplodocus model. They just couldn't fit the head and the tail in the same shot.
Yes.
Oh wait, here's the if I can get a better picture, there's the battle model, which is very broken. It's
Oh yes.
it doesn't see, it's so big it doesn't even fit on screen, even like this.
Oh god.
Okay, that's a straight up wrecking ball.
It is. One of his attacks, if I remember correctly, it just like turns around and slams it.
Damn.
Nice. Anyways, I think to end this,
Oh god, Robert Fabiani made a Mamenchisaurus.
oh god, I forgot about that. Share it.
It's Sinocanadorum.
Of course. Oh god. Well, that's not too
Mm.
cursed as far as his sauropods go.
I mean,
Regarding Fabiani,
yeah.
it's
it could be a lot worse, but then you
the
I'm
hind
looking at,
limbs
like,
are sort of weird.
Yeah, ooh, they're like
Chest, though, that chest.
also the
That's
head.
all his sauropods.
The head is the
It's not too bad. I mean, they got a bit Chimerasaur. Could be much better, but
I think we've just seen worse today, so
we've seen much
We've
worse
seen
today.
so bad that this is like not terrible.
congrats,
And
Fabiani.
Let's end it on a good one then. As hope for the future. Perhaps Mamenchisaurus will become less of an absolute horrible mess.
So we're doing Conway
Yes.
now.
We're doing Conway, who released
Oh,
his
good.
art piece literally while we were recording this episode.
There are no
And
accidents.
it's loading. It's going to take an appropriately majestic amount of time for this. And here it is.
It's nice.
It's very
It's
nice.
very nice.
I love it.
Yeah, no, he's got the proportions done well, obviously.
Gosh, just such
The
a
background.
Background, yeah.
oh my. Oh,
Yeah,
the neck
That's very good.
so tall.
Some Pterosaurus assassin in there.
Yeah. Ah, very nice. So, I have nothing more to say. I think we've covered everything we can say about this crappy genus.
I'm probably going to publish a new paper or something like 2 weeks from now.
Yeah, probably.
Well, that'll mean it'll be addendum time.
Yeah, well, hopefully not. Hopefully not.
Fingers
Uh,
crossed.
Yeah. And thank you all for watching. We hope you enjoyed it. We hope you learned something. I know we did setting up this episode and recording it now. So, yeah, thank you for stopping by, and we hope to see you in the next one.
See ya.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
Epic.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, Obama.
Well, hello.
Oh my god, yo-yo. Yo-yo-yo.
Yes. Long.
Yes,
So long.
it's him.
I'm glad we kept
Oh my
recording
God.
that.
Well, I guess we got post credits too now.
Yep.
Bye.